My son's in first grade. I took his ass to school the other day, and while we were waiting in the car rider line, I tell him that I love him, like a good dad. And what do I hear? Silence. I look back, thinking he's asleep, and he's wide awake. I was like, hey, I love you. He goes, I was like, no, me, Helen Keller. Say it back. But he didn't. So, I waited till he got out of the car and got about 20 feet away with one of his little musty-ass buddies, and I said it again. I love you! He got embarrassed, and I was like, alright, that'll teach him a lesson, you know. So the next day, I tell him again. Nothing. This time, I got a little more gayer with it. Like when the teacher opened the door, I was like, have a good day, my little baby. Have a good day with my little baby. I'm gonna miss you. Oh, he was pissed, dude. I was like, well, that'll show him, you know. Next day, said it again. Nothing! Like, at this point, he could just be like, fuck off, Dad! And I would be happy. The disrespect. So on the third day, I got my happy ass out of the car, and I walked his ass all the way to that door. I grabbed his little pea head and kissed him right on top of it. Everybody around looked mortified. Him, the other kids, even the teachers. I was like, maybe I took it a little too far, but my feelings were hurt. Couldn't figure out why they were looking at me that way. I mean, I just kissed my son on top of the head. Didn't kiss anybody else's kids. So, whatever. On my way home, I'm all in my feelings because I was looking forward to embarrassing him when he's a teenager, when I'm doing it on purpose, but not right now. I got to thinking about how everything kind of comes full circle, because when he was a baby, I got embarrassed by him a few times. Like one time when he was a baby, we had to leave Red Lobster because he was crying. I was like, why are you crying? They have garlic biscuits. But it was embarrassing. Then we ran into one of my buddies at Target one time, and he was talking about how smart his son was. And I was like, yeah, he's fucking smart as a whip, too. I looked down, his son was like, did you know freshwater dolphins use sonar to find their food? I was like, no, I didn't know that. Then I looked down at my son, and he's like, if you lick your Pokemon cards, they stick together. That was almost as embarrassing as the time I saw him waving at the toilet. And I was like, what are you doing? He's like, telling my poop bye. I was like, you don't have to do that. Ever. So, it helped me understand, you know, like, he went through a phase where he was embarrassing to me, and now he's going through a phase that I'm embarrassing to him. It's just part of life. I call my mom and tell her about my realization, you know, and she was like, oh, you think he's done? You think he's done embarrassing you? I was like, well, yeah, he's doing really good now. I'm proud of him. She was like, oh, baby, just wait until he calls you one day and says he wants to be a comedian. So, I hung up on her ass. Last night I went to my son's room and talked to him because I want to make sure we maintain a good relationship. So I was like, listen, sometimes when you love somebody, you make compromises. Like, listen, I know I might embarrass you sometimes, but when I tell you I love you, you can make a compromise and say it back, and I'd stop embarrassing you so much. He was like, Daddy, it ain't the fact that you say I love you. I do love you. I just wish you would put pants on when you take me to school in the mornings. So, like I said, we make compromises for the ones that we love. Which means he doesn't have to tell me he loves me anymore because I'm not putting fucking pants on that early in the morning.